Last time on CISRA 1984.
Once I learned that we have the ability to tap into magic, I was hoping it would just be something I could just do.
I just really want to find Corbin and Grace.
You saw none of us made it out. If you're missing other people, that's not on us.
I'm still inclined to say that we can keep the creatures alive for the moment.
Yeah, I'll come help. These little dog things?
Yuli holding a sledgehammer, wearing oven mitts, and Seth with an axe nearby, holding a cat carrier and wearing some Kevlar armor.
All right, let's go on the count of 3. Do you know how to split the pie?
What?
You spot something that's a bit familiar to you. The stress ball that Corbin had.
We should go now. Go. Let's go. Where are we putting them?
I'm going to be honest, I didn't plan this far ahead. I didn't think this would work out as successfully as it did.
What if we take one of the empty rooms, make a sort of playroom for them?
Is it possible that Corbin's behind some of this? I know we don't want to assume anything about our fellow agents, but it's just, there's something weird going on.
We can continue now. The 3 of you are downstairs. Just got done talking about what you found at the house, and we're probably like discussing about like Corbin and Grace because they are still missing. Yuli is still upstairs outside, just sort of watching the body that they were burning. And I think like after you guys are done with this discussion about Corbin, Agatha walks out of the room that they were in working on Hodge's gun and presents it to you, Hodge. And when they hold it up, they go, well, it took a bit, but I think that this will do what you want. And when they hold it up to you, you see that like the cylinder of this big handgun that you have has just been like, it's just a larger, more ridiculous looking like sort of cylinder that has been attached to this gun so that every time you fire, it will then slot into a new humongous bullet without you having to reload it. It's just this sort of automatic rotation thing that happens every time you fire your humongous fucking handgun.
So I've gotten essentially a giant fucking revolver.
A huge fucking revolver.
Or a revolver with a drum, like a Tommy gun.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It is obscene, it is ridiculous, but it removes the reload tag from your huge handgun.
Hell yeah, let's go. Hodge is gonna take it and go, thank you so much. This should help a lot with what we've been dealing with lately.
Oh yeah, for sure. Also, while I was working on this, I started to think a lot about what I've learned about the things that you've all been dealing with lately. And I have a theory about you and your magic, Hodge. Can we get Yuli down here actually and clear out the sparring room and I got something that I think will work, but I want to make sure that we have like the right people behind this, you know?
Sure. Yeah. I'll go get Yuli.
Okay. As you say that.
The door opening animation from Resident Evil plays. and
The creak.
Yeah, the creak sound, yeah. Jesse and Seth, is there anything that you would like to do just in the meantime? It's a very small, window here, but like...
can I just like use this time to officially heal? I can't remember why I have 2, but I feel like I damaged myself somehow last turn.
You were like unstable.
Yeah.
You were in like a 4-harm, and all you managed to do was heal yourself 2 points just in between. So yeah, I can give you the chance to heal more from this.
Okay.
Oh, I also have 1 harm.
Okay, then yeah, just like in the meantime, you guys can heal up. This could be like a bit of a, not like a huge time jump, but like an hour or so like later or whatever, right? Where the body upstairs has been dealt with. The people that were in the training room have been taken by Palmer Kelly with the right story behind it. I don't think we need to like roll for it. I think that y'all's interaction with Palmer Kelly and like the way that you were able to devise things up and the very nature of the people that were being arrested kind of diverts attention away from you pretty easily, so there's not a whole lot to worry about there. So the 3 people from the break-in have now been removed from the CISRA headquarters. Now we have Hodge, Agatha, and Yuli in the sparring room. Would anyone else like to be in this as well? Like, Jesse, are you curious as well because of the whole like making discoveries on Hodge, or are you doing anything else?
Yeah, I think they might just be watching.
Okay. What about you, Seth? What are you doing as well?
Yeah, sure. I can go.
Okay. Everybody is now gathered inside the sparring room.
Can't do it. I can't when people are watching. Y'all got to turn around.
It's okay, Hodge. It's okay. I promise
Yuli
that
turns
it'll
around.
Can Seth turn Yuli back comedically?
I need Yuli. I need you to be all eyes on Hodge right now because this is very important.
But okay, all right, okay.
Hodge, you trust me, right?
With my life.
So, Yuli, I want you to throw a fireball at Hodge.
Are you sure, Agatha? Like,
If Agatha thinks that this is gonna work, then do it.
What I at least believe is that your fireball will not be enough to harm him. I mean, look at him, and like she is like gesturing to like your bulwark. I think that honestly, that the fireball will not be enough to damage Hodge, but we shall see what else happens. And I'm just really curious, and I would like for you to throw a fireball at him.
I whispered to Jesse. So like, did your fake bomb get rid of all the fire extinguishers, or like, do we have any more?
Oh, don't worry. He was outsourced.
Okay.
Went to the Home Depot across the street.
Yeah.
Bought them all out.
okay, if y'all say so. She's gonna kind of like get one in her hands. Am I rolling kick some ass?
Yeah.
Are you trying to kick some ass?
Well, let's just use tough, and we won't really necessarily use the kick some ass like results. This is, we've been sort of doing this now ever since last session where we're kind of veering off the stuff here. Just you a tough roll, and like it's not going to be like if you roll a complete success, you deal so much harm to Hodge that he like falls apart. Yeah, no, we'll just give me a tough roll, and we shall see what happens. A mixed
An 8.
success. Okay, Hodge, what body part do you use to try and absorb the blow?
I think Hodge in this moment fully trusts that Agatha knows what she's doing.
Mhm.
So I think Hodge is just gonna literally take it on the chest.
Okay, the mixed success will just sort of make this fire a bit weaker. Like it's just not, I don't know if potent is the right word, but we're gonna go with that one. But
It's not whole hog.
Yeah, there you go. It's half hog.
It's not very.
You mean a whole Hodge?
There we go. There we go. You throw this flame at Hodge's chest, and it bursts outward as it like crashes into his crystal. And again, it does no harm to you, Hodge, but your chest, the smoke inside of it starts to like billow out a bit more, like it starts to move a bit faster, and your chest has like a slight orange glow coming out of it now. And I think like Jesse, if you're close by, you can like feel like a slight heat now coming out of Hodge's chest.
Mm.
Agatha chimes in and says, I'm so glad that this worked. Okay, my theory was you had talked about the shock hair and how it like crashed into you, and then for like a moment you had like the ability to like run a little faster, right? I don't know what it is, but I think that you got something that allows you to like retain arcane abilities or something. Like you kind of like can hold it in a piece of you. I'm so thankful that this worked, because I can't even tell you. Like I kind of had a bit of doubt on this. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, well.
I mean, listen, I don't make it very far by playing it safe, but the thing is, I just didn't want you to get hurt, so I at least had to make sure that like everything was under control.
So theoretically, then, from what you're saying, I should be able to expel this fire out.
I suppose so. When you had it in your legs, it was much easier to use because it was in, like an appendage like that. In your chest, though, I wonder what that could do.
Here, I'll throw another one. Why don't you try to catch this one, and then it'll be in your hand.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, you watch
Okay.
baseball?
Yeah, I love the Mets.
Oh, go the Mets.
Oh, boy.
Let's go, Mets.
It's all about the Mets.
It's all about the Mets. Okay, she's gonna throw it at you, baseball style, toward
Okay,
your
yeah.
hand.
You both died.
Hodge is gonna try.
Oh God!
Not again! No, yeah, Hodge is gonna, attempt to catch it with their hand.
Okay. Yeah, the flame expels outward as it crashes into your hand, but your palm starts to like more, and I mean like specifically like your palm, like not even like your full arm, your palm starts to like have that same orange glow to it as like your chest does.
Okay, throw it back.
Okay. Yeah, Hodge is gonna attempt to throw it back.
Hmm.
Wait.
he starts twerking in the middle of the training room.
Now that's fire.
Now that I don't know how I'm doing this. I don't have an ass.
I think before you throw it, Agatha gets in between you two and is like, "Okay, well, hold on." Now, Hodge has a bit of like, his crystal is a bit more built to take these hits. Yuli, I don't think you've got that on you. I know like this is fire, but
It's fire. If anything, if I get hit, I'm just gonna heal more.
Well, Agatha, the logic's there.
I guess you're right.
All right. So yeah, Hodge is gonna attempt to throw it back. throw the fire back
Yes.
to Yuli. Do you want me to use magic?
See how
successful this is?
I rolled tough.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is like, so I think that would be tough for you as well, right? Because you're not necessarily casting magic. You're utilizing a force. Like fire is Yuli's animating force and yours is music. But because of the like nature of this, it is still considered like a force and not necessarily casting like a spell or something.
Right. Okay.
So you can go ahead and roll tough since this is like your first time using this kind of thing.
Oh, that's a 10, baby.
That's a fucking success, baby. A 10. Nice. Yuli, how do you take the fire?
I think she sees Hodge, reeling back, and we'll get into like a catcher. They were making the baseball reference.
Okay.
So she'll get into a catcher pose and like put her hand out as if she had a mitt, but doesn't have a mitt. So
yeah, y'all are just playing catch with each other. So Hodge, yeah, I don't know like how deep your sensation, like the feeling of that is. As you are like getting ready to throw it like a baseball, the flame begins to like form in your hand, and then you throw it at Yuli, and Yuli catches it, and it does similar thing, but Yuli is already a reddish glow to them, so like there's not much of a change, but there's no harm done. The glow, the warmth that was in your hand dissipates, but the one in your chest is still there.
Yuli, I'm gonna try something. This one I actually don't feel comfortable throwing to you. I'm gonna try it on one of the training dummies. Just because I'm not really sure how this one's gonna pan out.
Seth and Jesse grip the fire extinguishers. All right, what are you attempting here?
So yeah, Hodge is gonna turn around to the training dummies, and they're just gonna like essentially try to shoot out a volley, I guess, of fire from their chests, like kind of Iron Man arc reactor chest laser.
I see. You're gonna say it with your chest.
Exactly.
Okay. This time, give me a weird roll.
All right. 7.
Mixed success. Okay. Here's what happens. When you try to like oomph your chest in the direction of the training dummy, nothing comes out, nothing substantial. But what does happen is your luck special activates, the one from when you used your luck in the last session.
Yeah.
Your Walkman gets a bit on the fritz. Maybe it like gets a little louder and louder again, similar to when the break-in happened. But when you focus really hard on the dummy as your Walkman gets louder and louder, you watch as the dummy does a similar chest oomph motion in your direction.
Huh. Okay.
Wait, so the dummy is moving?
The dummy is now moving.
Okay.
Is the fire gone from my chest?
No, the fire is still in your chest.
Okay.
The dummy is not like mimicking or mirroring your movements, but because you were focusing on the dummy and that was a movement you were also focusing on, and when this weird thing happened, then this was the result. What do you do?
Okay. I think Hodge notices that, and does the dummy have arms?
Yes. We will, for the sake of making things easier, this is like just a humanoid type of dummy.
Okay, yeah. Hodge is gonna move an arm.
Like, are you going up to it and touching it, or are you just moving your arm?
Just moving my arm up and down. I'll Hodge is now thinking is this a mirror thing, or so essentially Hodge is moving their arm up to see if the dummy moves their arm up.
I think what happens is when you think about moving your arm up, before you actually do it, you see them move their arm before you do it.
That's new. Hodge is gonna think to have the dummy walk towards them.
The dummy walks towards you.
Whoa, whoa.
You're approaching me.
Oh, you're approaching me.
Yeah, this is new.
Is this place haunted because we killed a guy? I mean, I didn't kill a guy. Did you kill a guy? Is this place haunted?
No, Yuli, I think I'm doing this.
Whoa.
I had the thought to, move my arm up and have the dummy walk towards me, and it's doing that.
Make it like jump. Can you make it jump?
Hodge thinks of it jumping.
It jumps, but at this point in time, we'll say like the magic has been drained. So after it jumps, it like loses its connection to you mid-air and then just falls back onto the ground.
Whoa.
Well, at least dead.
Well, that makes 2 now.
now it's super haunted.
So what does that mean?
Because this wasn't the fire, because I still have that in my chest. I think I can put a little bit of my essence into an object to sort of awaken it.
Wow, dude. Yeah, Agatha's like, that's
specific in a way that's almost read off of some kind of character sheet.
Yeah, like did you come up with that?
Yeah.
Those are a lot of big words.
TM.
Yeah, but Agatha's like, Hodge, I didn't
Is
think that
TM
we'd
another
find
sibling of
this much.
yours?
Oh, Jesus. I didn't think that you'd have this much sort of magical capability, right? Like,
Yeah, I just kind of thought I'm just like a big rock dude. Dude as in DOOD.
Right. And like, the stuff with the fire and the electricity, like that was about as far as I thought that this would have gone, but I guess I you've got something else.
Huh. Okay. All right. Well, hey, Agatha, thank you.
Yeah, no, I mean, here's the thing, right? One, I want to make sure that you know what you're capable of. And 2, I want to make sure that we have everything that we can do and that we need when the time comes, right? This landmass, this thing that I've been following, I want to make sure that we all have what we can do and that we're good at it, because I don't want anybody to be in danger when we get in there.
I understand it. I appreciate that of you.
What does Jesse think about all this?
I think they're like furiously writing things down and just being like, what the fuck?
What the absolute fuck is this?
I don't think they've ever seen anything like even remotely close.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. This is definitely super new for you. Hodge, for this also, just give yourself 1 experience for this because of the different sort of things that you learned about yourself in this moment.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, Agatha's like, okay, so Jesse, when you talked to me about the Hodag that you fought, and you talked about how at one point you threw like some force in Hodge's direction. It's possible that like your magic did help Hodge, but maybe even Hodge took in some of it and then used it in that moment at the same time as well to like help him jump onto the Hodag.
So what about when I used him as a conduit for the portal?
I mean, that might even be in relation to this.
Sounds like I just lucked out on that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly kind of crazy, but you're kind of like a sponge, Hodge.
Huh.
Sponge, Hodge, SquarePants.
A hunch.
A hunch?
Hunch. I
wasn't
am a hunch.
All right. We'll come up with a silly name later.
We'll work on it.
We'll workshop it. All right.
God.
But yeah, you're kind of like an arcane sponge to it all. Like you can just kind of hold the magic in.
Hunk of sponge.
Haas. Delgado.
Are we I feel like every few episodes we come up with a different sort of like nickname, like a different acronym for Hodge, because there was piece of ass, there was POA, now it's Haas. Like we keep coming like Hodge will never have just one name, but then Jordan will also like I'll call Hodge Hunk, and then Jordan will even forget that their name was Hunk, and it's just,
Yep, yeah.
there's so many names.
With me, discovering this, I feel like, other than being, a big rock with a big gun, I feel like I could finally start helping out more.
Think about this too. You can do some sick combo moves together now.
Oh my god!
There's gonna be some crazy shit here.
I'm gonna wave dash on the monsters, on these motherfuckers.
But I mean, that does raise the question, right? What kind of combinations could you do? You could theoretically put a bunch of force magic in your legs and fire magic in your arms, right?
If I put force magic in his legs, can he jump really high?
Probably.
I mean, we could try that out at some point.
We should go see if you can move other things around. Like, what if you can move furniture real good? That's super helpful.
We could start a business.
He might have that power already.
Yeah, I'm built as, I think Agatha described it once, as a brick shit house.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly how I described it.
Moving furniture, that's a great idea. IKEA.
Reinvent IKEA.
He did carry in a log in the last session. Just like,
Oh, I
How about
did.
carrying the team?
Ooh, that's something I don't think I could do alone. But with the power of friendship,
I don't think that's how carrying works.
well, listen.
It's okay.
Look, Hodge is new. He's learning the concept of carry.
Yeah, you're learning.
Listen, I'm stuck in bronze right now, all right? I don't think I can carry much.
I'm moving my way up to quartz, actually.
God. But yeah, actually, Jesse, if we can start coming up with combos, you give me magic and then I follow up with whatever I could do, I feel like that could really work out.
Sounds like it's worth a try at least.
Now, can you hold two magics at once?
Well, that's something we're going to have to figure out.
So if you have force and fire in one hand, can you then force fire?
Oh, I can cause a forest fire, I'm sure.
No, Hodge. He said force fire.
Oh, sorry. My rock ears are malfunctioning.
Yeah.
I mean, his headphones are loud, so he's only half hearing.
My headphones are loud.
I could start a forest fire.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe by September you've mastered Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I will always remember the 21st night of September.
This is the biggest meme of an episode we have ever had. And
that's saying something from last episode.
I'm here for it completely.
I mean, yeah. Otherwise, how the fuck would we have this session?
Yeah, exactly. Stupid. I love it.
So, what do you want to do now?
Hodge is gonna just like kind of start like trying to move things around, and this is code for me saying I think other people should figure out what they're gonna do.
I've eaten the scene too much.
I feel like I am, so I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah, that's fair.
Like Hodge is gonna be in the background of everyone else's scenes, just like moving shit around.
I've met my quota for the episode. I'll see you guys later.
Hey, I'll see you. I'll be in my trailer.
So, is there anything? Well, I guess I'll ask if there's anything specific that anyone would like to do after, or even like during this little gathering of y'all. Everybody, calm
down. What time of day is it? What
Don't
time?
answer it once.
It's closer to the evening now because it was like closer to noonish when you were outside dealing with the body, and before the room got cleared out. It took a while to like clean everything up and get the right people over to take the three that broke in. So it's like closer. It's getting close to the evening.
No, I was just curious. I don't have anything to contribute.
I just want to know what time of day it was.
Yuli just goes outside to stare at the sun.
Yeah,
and
that seems canon. She would go out and stare at the sun.
Shouldn't we rescue somebody? Aren't we missing like a bunch of people?
So there's the fact that Corbin and Grace are gone. Diana is still maybe like coming to now, like recovering from being struck and like hurt from when the break-in happened. And then there is like the landmass, right? There's like a couple things that you could lean towards.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, the overarching threat, right?
Right.
Maybe we can just assume that everybody in the game knows this, but you all as players know like what Jesse knows, which is that the landmass is not necessarily, it's not going to
like
move
a pressing
super
issue.
Yeah, it's not like the shoe is about to drop, right? But
yeah,
maybe exploring it before it moves is a good idea to see like what it's about. Maybe, maybe trying to find Corbin and Grace is what's best here. Maybe, I don't know. There's a couple little ways that you can try to plan things out here.
Who's up for a beach episode?
Yes!
Yeah.
You guys want to go bowling?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure in a previous episode, asked someone if they wanted to go bowling.
Maybe.
Did you? I feel like I would remember
Bowling sounds
that.
fun.
I mean, it's up to y'all.
Well, we need to find Corbin and other person whose
Grace.
name that I absolutely Grace. Thank you, God.
Welcome.
We
need to
already
find
discussed
Corbin
a little
and
bit
Grace.
about if they could have gone to like a motel or something. Maybe we should
Oh,
check
right.
the
Were we
local
gonna-
ones.
Did we check Corbin's room, or were we going to do that?
You've inspected both rooms, both Grace and Corbin's room. There was nothing left behind by either of them that would have indicated anything. Grace's room was maybe like thrown around a bit when the break-in happened, and same with Corbin's, but there was nothing substantial from either of the rooms.
Maybe they were raptured.
Maybe they were raptured.
Okay, Hodge has got Christianity in him, so I'm gonna just head out.
That's his new magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
The
new
power of
magic is
God.
the power of God.
And anime.
And
So he absorbed the Holy Spirit, and that's what he shoots out. Got it.
Mhm.
exactly. With this, anything's possible.
hmm
Yeah, point of order too, like after a while, the flame chest, in New Hodge, that did just kind of dissipate after it was going like unused for a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
We could check out hotels, yeah, because the idea was that Corbin doesn't really know the area, so he can't have gone that far if he was
Yeah.
really looking. So we can check nearby hotels, lodges, inns.
Interesting if true.
Big if true.
Big if true.
Huh? I guess, should we go somewhere? We could also check, I guess, like bus stations. Does this place have an airport?
No, it does not have an airport.
Okay.
Not even a small private one.
No,
But
I
Grace
think
is
that
a
this
local.
yeah, Grace is a local. No, this is like a tiny, like this is not a
Tiny
crazy like a
little town.
yes, it's not an elaborate place. It's very very basic, I'd say. Like no little airport, but probably some hotels and motels nearby.
Is
Wait,
there any way to find
if-
out where Grace might have lived? Best way.
Palmer might have that info.
I will note the last time we went to somewhere where Palmer Kelly indicated someone's house, we ended up in a giant fight with a hodag.
This is true. However, I don't think. Oh well, no.
Well, we're not going to do anything sitting here, I guess. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we're
um,
also currently not hunting a hodag, so if we happen to find one, that's, I guess, a bonus for us to find out that there's another hodag.
New friend.
you have an interesting idea of bonus.
Well, also
Bonus
something
work.
I was thinking. You just said that Grace
Yes.
is a local.
Yes. As far as I know.
If
We know her last name or anything about her.
we have a
She worked at
we
the,
have a,
the fair.
we know what she looks like. Maybe if we could find her mother, maybe she'll know where she went.
Mummy.
Mommy, please. I need Milky.
All right. Well, here's what I will give you. It might be a bit difficult because Palmer Kelly is taking care of the three people that had broke in. He is a bit unavailable at the moment. I mean, you might be able to call him, but if you wanted like anything like really detailed, that would be much more difficult to gather.
What about if we just call him and tell him that there's 2 people missing and maybe the police force could be on the lookout, or
I mean that too.
because that's the usual way of going about when people go missing. You report them.
Right.
Well, it hasn't
Theoretically,
been,
the police do something about it. Yeah.
it hasn't been 24 hours, right? Or 48, depending on. It's the 80s. You know, latchkey kids go out all the time. They don't care.
Yeah, but Palmer also knows that, there was a break-in.
True.
The fur and the scratches is like insinuating that the rabbits were the spark hairs. What are they called?
Shock hairs.
Shock hairs.
That's what we've been naming them.
That the shock hairs were like around. What other time did you like interact with them? Did they leave like a trace? Is there was there a surgical, like a surge of energy? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Is there something that we could do to track the hairs?
They eat electricity, right? Or they absorb it. So technically, if we follow where there's blackouts or no electricity, then that could be
right. That's what I don't know if she's smart enough to say that though. That's the thing. I don't know if she's smart enough to put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, but she got that. So if she's talking to like us, then we could just sort of discuss this out. Elaborate on it. So that's not a bad idea. If we follow where there's blackouts.
Follow the hairs.
Yeah.
Do we split out? Like some people go look if there's been reports of
Agatha say that they go around like power stations, right? Or they steal power from areas.
They go around and they try to gather electricity, and they hold as much as their bodies can allow, and then they use that with this landmass.
Well, logically, they would go to a power station, right? So where's the power station? Is this like a nuclear power plant, or is it like just a normal like power generating place?
Again, it's not a big town, so I would assume huge.
Also, do we have access to like a police scanner here? Because a rolling blackout would be something that would absolutely be talked about on like maybe a firefighter line or something like that, not exactly the police line, but yeah.
We could head into town and just ask people. It is nighttime, and so now would be the time to figure out when the power's out.
Nighttime.
Daytime.
Hodge says, y'all keep talking about this. I got to use the little Hodge's room.
And now what does Jordan have to say?
Hey, I gotta go poop. I'll be right back.
He's dropping Lincoln logs, much like Hog is.
Oh my God! Stop.
Hog.
Well, since Hodge is preoccupied and he can't go into town anyway, we can go in, check local hotels, ask for blackouts, anything like that. Gather information, essentially.
But is that something we should do as a group, or should we split up and try and cover more ground?
We literally can't.
Yeah, like that sounds like what you're saying is because they are made of crystal, they are crystal people. It'd be hard to have them go up to people and ask questions, even in disguise. Which, by the way, if you want Caitlin for Yuli to go to the little costume department and make a little ensemble there.
So, we could leave while they're doing the costume thing.
But what are they doing in the meantime?
So do you want the 2 doofuses to go off on their own in search of rabbits? You want the 2 kids to go off? I guess, wait, can Agatha supervise?
Agatha could supervise. Agatha could give a suggestion if you guys would like.
Yeah, sure.
I think that if you guys want to go into town and ask around, that's totally fine, and you can totally do that. Since I can't have these 2 going around in public, at least not as public as you 2 are about to, I don't know. I mean, maybe we could go to the landmass and inspect it and see, I don't know, if there's any clue. And plus, like, if the shock hairs are gathering energy for it, then maybe one will shoot by, and if we have the chance to stop it or follow it or something, I don't know.
So you know where it is?
We know where it's located.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
let me bring you to the map and I'll show you. Like, this was talked about, I believe, 2 sessions ago, so this was quite a while ago. It's at the very bottom right. It's like it's just sticking out of the bottom there, that little hexagonal type shape.
Okay. Well, then our mission should be to find Corbin and Grace while you go and inspect the landmass.
All right.
Okay. Jesse, how do you feel?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right.
Cool. Now, where's Jordan?
You want to do our
Fell
thing?
in the toilet.
Yeah, how about you do theirs? I'm going to go use the little Yuli's room conveniently. And I'll be right back.
All right.
All right.
How often do you guys need to pee? Nice. Me and Mark haven't gone anywhere.
I have a big ass thing of water near me at all times.
I have a liter and a half of Coca-Cola right next to me.
You can't pee Coca-Cola.
Yeah, it comes out of my ears.
Hey, those are erogenous zones, so be careful.
I like to get them massaged.
Yeah.
I am trying to think of the best way to go about the situation of you two going around and asking people, because there is investigate a mystery, right? Or we could have you guys roll plus sharp to see how well you do. Instead of following the investigate a mystery roll as a whole, we could do what we've been sort of doing with some of these like other types of things where we just roll with the stat and let that dictate like how well this goes.
Right.
We could do manipulate someone just as a way of using your -1 charm that you have all across the board.
Can you finally introduce a character that's a face character?
It's all you guys. It's everyone. It's all of you. And if anything, like, I don't know, Agatha could be pretty charming, but they gotta watch the two rocks.
Oh, right. We have to be charming. Fuck. Oh, well, shit.
It's up to you. You could do a different plan if you want, but if you do want to do this plan, then yeah, like
let's do investigate a mystery if we're gonna do charm is the other option because we have no charm. So at least investigate a mystery is sharp.
Right. So you guys were left with 3 vehicles, one of them being Agatha's and 2 of them belonging to the people that had broke in. So you could utilize those if you would like.
I feel like Agatha's going to use hers to transport them.
Right, but there's 2 others I'm saying too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Are we taking
Are we taking both?
cars?
Yeah. I think we should go together, right?
Which one of us is more of a driver?
I feel like Seth would be. Because I feel like Jesse doesn't get out as much.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that is a fair assumption, I guess.
Unless they've studied automobiles as one of their like areas of interest.
Yeah. Reading about cars does dictate to how well you drive them.
It's true.
Yeah. No, I think Jesse just likes to use car drives as an excuse to
read or
just focus on something different.
So you guys are going to hop into one of the trucks together and drive around.
We kind of talked about already where the motel would be or where there would be a motel.
Yeah.
I don't think we've talked about where the police station would be. Like if we want to drop by.
Yeah. I don't know if I mean, I could pick any random location on here, but you guys would know where the police station is. If you want to also just suggest that you go there.
I mean, it's just kind of maybe ask Palmer to keep an eye out or spread out the word.
If we wanted to retcon it, like when he had dropped off with the officers to pick up the 3 guys, we probably could have told him then.
That's also true.
And so at this point, we could just be assuming that he has an eye out.
Sure. So there's that. And so now y'all are just driving into town and asking people questions.
Well, I was going to head for the biggest inn or the only inn.
The biggest inn?
Or hotel, whatever it is.
Motel,
whatever.
one of those.
It would probably be near the sound or near the town center. So I say we head there.
Okay. Let's do an investigate a mystery roll.
Ray. And
are we both doing it or?
Right now, let's just have Seth do it.
Okay.
Just so we can see where like this goes.
Mixed success.
You get 1 question. I mean, obviously, there's like very few that could specifically apply here because these investigative mystery is more like about the creature, but we're loosening up the rules a bit here so that way we can fit the motif of you trying to find people. Let me think here. If you were to pick a question or even just ask your own question, like what would that be exactly? It's just like, have you seen these people? Is that like the basics of it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. I think that you go to like one of the bigger hotels, and when you approach like the front desk, you ask them like, hey, these are the 2 people that we're looking for. You describe like the pompadour that Corbin has, and then you describe Grace and like the way that they look, and the person behind the counter has no information on Corbin, but does recognize Grace's description, but has not seen Grace. They mention how they've seen Grace at the Ren Fair, but they haven't stayed in the hotel that you've gone to.
All right. Well, then I say we do the thing. Since it is 1984, why don't we just check a phone book?
A phone book?
A phone book would have address. I'm assuming it's a small enough town. We just look for a person named Grace.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Yeah. Maybe ask the person at the inn if they have a phone book to borrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. Let's see here. Jesse.
No, Mr. Bond. You're to die.
When y'all are going through the phone book, and you see some people's names, Grace, yeah, and then you die, and who's your next character?
So this is Claudia.
And she has
she's
plus
a cat.
2 charm. She's a cat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say you're Lex, right?
Meow, meow. Meow, meow,
It should just be like that new Jackbox game where Jesse comes in sunglasses and like one letter is changed of their name.
Jesse.
Jorsay.
But it's like it's like one of the S's, so it's like Jessfee. Like it's very like just like a bad change.
You're like, seriously?
Oh, it's actually Jesse, but
Is it backwards like Alucard?
yeah.
You pick up the phone and you start trying to like call one of the first Graces that you read in the phone book. And when you get done dialing the number, you actually hear a voice through the phone that says, "You need to use your magic." And you realize it's one of the voices from your past lives. And when that happens, your third eye opens without you trying, and you take in some information. When your third eye opens, I imagine it's not something that is visible, like Seth can't see it. Maybe Seth just sees your eyes roll into the back of your head, and like you look upward as you are holding the phone up. And what you can see, Jesse, is like as if the camera is like zooming out of the building that you're in. And when it looks back in towards like the direction of where that ramshackle house was, you see a strong presence is now inside that house the one that you inspected with Hodge. This is like a magical presence that you would have been able to sense when you were there, but now that after like some time has passed, there seems to be something back at that house.
Ugh, I don't like that. That's spooky.
And the person on the other end of that line is very confused.
Yeah, no, the person that you did call that is named Grace Albertson, is like, hello? Like, what? Excuse me? Hello?
We just hang up on her.
You just hang up on them. Just to clear that up for you, Krita, that was the one where it was them taking over and using your powers, whether it be a misuse or an underutilization. So you can cross that off your list of things to wait for.
Okay.
We're going to go over to Agatha, Hodge, and Yuli. You've all hopped into Agatha's vehicle and have headed towards the landmass. I think that you end up going to like one of these roads and then just sort of turning into the dirt and just like driving off road and just sort of heading in that direction. And, when you get like relatively close to it, she parks the vehicle and she's like, okay, so we should just be on the lookout. Let's just, I don't know. I just can't have you guys going out trying to socialize. Like as much as I know that you love wearing your trench coat, Hodge, and I know Yuli, you love wearing your everything that you've definitely picked out in the costume department that we were going to definitely have a discussion about, but didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did you just have it now?
Yeah, do you have an outfit that you would like?
Okay, so I definitely think she's wearing one of those little kid winter hats that have like the little tassels and the pom-pom on top. That's like knit. I think she's wearing that. I think maybe she found like some sort of colorful tracksuit to wear.
Okay. What color though? With your red crystal?
I think it's multicolored, like pink and white, maybe some yellow. The hat maybe doesn't match.
I mean, perfect, right?
Yeah. I think that's what she's wearing. She's wearing an 80s tracksuit. And it makes nice. And in the car on the way there, she kept kicking. I don't know how tall she is, but she keeps kicking her legs like it's like that material where it like swishes. And I think that's what she's doing.
Oh, yes.
So maybe, yeah. Aka's probably a little annoyed with all the swishy.
I now need art of Yuli Slav squatting.
Please. I'll work on it.
In this fucking tracksuit.
And then Hodge in the background with his fucking trench coat and his trilby on.
Hodge is monologuing in their head. What am I fighting for?
You've all arrived to this area. And in the landmass, it's slotted well enough into the ground that it doesn't just look like it's like a chunk of land that's on top of another piece of land. When she points it out to you that there's the edges here of what this thing could be, you can kind of see I don't know if a pattern is the right word, but when you look at the area that surrounds this landmass, you can see the sort of like break in that pattern. And that's what really like makes it obvious to you, because like you're all looking for it. And it really does just look like a piece of land. Like there's just some trees on it. There's some rocks. It's got dirt on it, but that's all you just normally see from like just a first glance, you know?
Yeah.
So now that you've arrived here though, what would you like to do?
Okay, I think Yuli is gonna pipe up and say, what if we like did a perimeter around the whole thing? I mean, is it that big? Can we do that?
Yeah, like that would be doable for sure.
Maybe we do that. We look out for the hairs and see what's up. We don't want to touch it. We don't want to get on it, do we?
No, not particularly, I don't think. Okay, so the landmass.
Mm-hmm.
Is it... I know you've described it probably about 20 plus times now, but does it look like... Is it just rock?
It just looks like a land.
Okay, it just looks like a land? Like it's not fleshy or anything?
No, it's not fleshy. But you can just sort of tell that it's different from the area around it because of the patterns or the breaks in the patterns that like Agatha helped to point out, right? It just sort of looks... It looks like somebody put a puzzle piece that is shaped correctly but has the wrong design on it, if that makes sense.
Interesting. Yeah.
How has no one else noticed this? I mean, is there a lot of people around, or?
No, if you see like where it is on the map right now, this is like a part of the area that is a bit out, like in like an area that does not have a lot of civilization.
It's in the boonies.
Sure.
Well, I don't think we need to worry about of it hurting us if we step on it. I don't think it's alive inherently.
We don't know that. That's why we're here. I mean, it just moves. We don't know if it's alive.
Right.
True.
Well, it moves.
Oh yeah, it moves.
They fly now.
Well, Agatha chimes into it. He's like, the problem is I've just never seen it move. I know that because I have photos, and she has like a manila envelope that she pulls out, and there's photos that she takes from like a certain angle when aiming towards this landmass. It's the same pattern, but the area surrounding it all is different. And like there's sometimes where like you can see, different scenery in the background. But if you lined up all of these photos, you could see that like, yes, this is all taking pictures of the same thing, but this thing is moving. And she's just like, I always have so much going on, and I can't. I just haven't been able to put anybody on watch for this thing, because whenever it would move, we just never knew when it would happen. It would always be inopportune. Sometimes I'd show up when I think I'd have the right timing, but then it'd be gone, and then I'd have to go scouting for it. And like, thankfully, it's been kind of going in like at least somewhat of a singular direction, but it's every time it's just so frustrating because sometimes I can't tell when it moved from like last time that I saw it. What if I had shown up one day and then the next day it upped and left, right? I could have been that close, but I don't know yet. I've never seen this thing move. I just know that it is.
Well, then we definitely should get on it. If this is the closest you've been to it, Agatha, then let's maybe we can take samples from it or something. And
I mean, I've been here. I've taken samples. I just haven't been able to, I don't know, see much more or even like if there's anything beyond my capabilities involved in this thing, I don't have I can't tap into that. I'm just a good hunter. All right. It's my real want is to see when this thing moves, because I want to see if I can take it down, or if me and whoever else can help take it down, because I don't trust what this thing is doing, especially thinking that it's connected to the monster realm in any way.
Well, I mean, this might sound like a dumb question, but have you ever tried attacking it? Seeing if there's any reaction from it?
I mean, do you want to do that right now?
Do we have anything else better to do, or do we have any other leads we can go off of?
It's your call. I mean, we could keep looking. Again,
I would say let's Yuli might have a good idea of checking the perimeter. What if, we split up, two of us one side, one on the other side, and then we just meet in the middle, and then we tell the others our findings.
Okay.
And then we
Do
can
that.
hurt it.
Yes.
All right. Let's see here. There's like an investigative mystery for a phenomena, but I don't know if the questions that they provide. Oh, there's one. There's how is this phenomenon doing this? I think that even if that was successfully asked, I don't think that I could. It's not just me gonna spill the beans, but I think I could find a way to work that in. So how are we splitting these teams up?
I mean, I think just like Yuli and Agatha, and then Hodge on the other side.
Okay. Which of the two of you would like to take this role? Because you both have rolled already, but like who would like to sort of just take this investigative mystery? This uses sharp, by the way.
I have a -1 sharp, so Yuli, you might need to be the one to do this one.
It uses sharp. I have 2 sharp.
Yeah.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Give us an investigative mystery, flexible alternative.
Okay. Sharp. Nebedepa. 9.
Hey,
Mixed success.
can we say that this is a team effort that I could roll to help out?
Yeah. This is like a very broad thing because like you don't know what to ask yet necessarily, right? And that's sort of what this is helping you find out. So I will allow you the +1 from Hodge as like a additional, and this will be, how about this? We'll do this as a combined efforts thing. I'll give Hodge a bit of info, and then Yuli, we can figure out like what your question will be. Unless you would also just like for me to just sort of sprinkle something for you. But Hodge, what you find when you are walking the perimeter, and are you're being very careful to keep off of the landmass?
Yes.
Okay. As you are like making sure to stay away from actually stepping on top of the landmass, there are a few times where you see tracks that very much resemble the ones of like a shock hair, right? Something that is like small and like there's a lot of repetitive motion on these part of the paths. And when you try to like, without even stepping on the landmass, look in the direction of where they're going, you can definitely see like quite a few, like a couple of holes in the ground of this landmass.
Huh. Do the tracks stop at any point? Like where I would think they would like logically keep going, they just stop?
Where you would see them stop is near those holes. At least on the landmass.
Okay.
Otherwise, like when you see the tracks leaving, it is just, deeper into the forest in which you came.
Oh my god, this is the bunny's burrow. Oh, okay.
Yuli, what would you like? Would you like to ask anything in specific, or would you like just sort of a general thing?
Give me some general info. What do we see when we like go around the perimeter?
General info. My name is General Info, and
Name's General Info. Nice to meet you.
So Agatha is working with you in this investigation, and there are some burrows that you have better sight on than others. And when you point these out with her, it's sort of like this must be something involving with the shock hairs. And like she is like staring intently at one of the burrows in particular. I imagine like Yuli was just walking continuously and then turned around and saw that Agatha was just staring at one of these burrows. And when you go back to see like what's up, she points towards one of the burrows that are like angled just enough to like see a bit on the inside, and you can see 2 tiny little dots reflecting off of like the moonlight, or I guess like there's still a bit of sun in the evening, but there's like these 2 tiny little dots inside one of these burrows, and she just like gives you a look that's just like, we got to do something about this.
Wow. Okay. I think Yuli would try to grab it.
Now, here's what I will say too, right? It's on the landmass, so are you going to go and step on it? I know that y'all have been pretty particular on avoiding it, so I don't want to make the assumptions here.
Yeah, I think she'll carefully step on it to try to get a better look in.
Okay. So you're going to try and tiptoe your way towards this burrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you roll Act Under Pressure for me?
Okay. Act under pressure. What? Oh, it is in alphabetical order. I can't even say that it's not. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Well,
you could use luck.
You could use luck, or you could let it ride. It's up to you.
Ooh, I don't know. Do I mark experience if I use the luck?
You do not mark experience
No.
if you use a luck. But you get a complete success.
You won't get bored by the mountain.
I think this might be a good time to use luck. I will mark a luck.
Okay.
I don't know what my luck special is.
It's the same as Hodges.
Oh,
I'll make something happen. Don't you worry.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm going to use a luck. I feel like this
fire from earlier might come back to bite us.
I feel like this is important.
So you can describe to me what you do when you get like a complete success. The players usually get a lot of agency in the moment here. So how do you go about this?
Okay, so you said the burrow is angled down a little bit.
It was angled in such a way that like from where you were walking when like going around on the perimeter, Agatha was able to just like see in it enough to see the two little eyes that were inside the burrow, and you volunteered to like sneak over and deal with it. I can give you that like you successfully do that and get it right, but I was just like curious. I was like, how does Yuli go about this scene, right?
Okay, I think she would try. Can she get above it? The hole?
Yes.
Like, okay, so I think she would like motion for Agatha to get out of the way and then crawl to like get above the hole and like throw something from nearby to try to lure the rabbit out. And as that happens, she like can try to grab the rabbit. I don't know if that's another roll. I don't know how far you
No.
you'll let me go with this.
I think that is fine. I think like you do grab the rabbit. It's bigger than like a normal rabbit, but I think even like grabbing a regular sized rabbit is a bit of a tough thing to do anyway. It looks like the shock hairs, but it currently does not seem to have any electricity running through it at the moment. And I think now at this point, Hodge, as you are walking the perimeter, you can sort of see in the distance this is happening. I also like to point out, I love how Yuli was able to stealthily do that while wearing the swishy swish tracksuit.
The swishy tracksuit, yeah. Yeah, I'm just realizing that. Well, that's luck for you.
That's luck for you.
Yeah, she's wrestling the rabbit. I'm sure it's trying to get away.
In my mind, like you have both hands on it and you're like holding it outstretched in front of you, like and you got a good grip on it. Like it's not loose or able to like get out yet.
Yuli, you need some help?
Yes, please.
On it.
I've never held a rabbit before.
And go help out.
What are you gonna go do? Specifically, tell me what you do.
Tell me what you want. What you really, really want.
I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want. I want to. No, I'm gonna.
Yes.
Hodge is going to sort of like.
This one we will solve with diplomacy.
Well, listen. I was gonna have Yuli like toss the rabbit to me. Not toss, but like, hand the rabbit over to me, and Hodge was gonna start just like petting it. Try to calm it down.
Really?
I love how Hodge is forcing animal handling into this game. We needed a stat for him.
You're gonna be a druid by the end of this. Like you're gonna have just a bunch of familiars.
We're just gonna have like a bathroom full of animals.
Exactly.
The McDonald's place is just loaded with animals.
The CISRA headquarters is just going to become a zoo.
Jesus. All right, so you would like to roll manipulate someone to calm this motherfucker down?
Yeah, I want to pet the rabbits, George.
I want Hodge to go into business making zoo books by the end of this. Yuli becomes an IKEA salesperson.
All right.
Hodge becomes the inventor of the oh my god, what were those like? Were they zoo pals? Those like animal plates?
Yeah, little zoo pals.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You can have the ketchup.
All right. I put the ketchup in the frog's eye.
That's the blood from when I stab her with my knife. Anyways, give me a manipulate someone to handle this animal. Jesus Christ. My brother in Christ, you can either take the failure, take your lumps and level up, or you could use a luck.
Here's the thing. This would put me at half my luck.
Yeah, brother.
Oh.
Join the club, brother.
Oh fuck.
Oh, he turned into a didgeridoo. I didn't expect that.
This is
like
Hodge
the druid
calming
thing.
the rabbit.
I don't remember that.
In Australia?
This is how we calm the rabbits back home.
Listen here, mate. Anyways, make the call, bro.
Christ. This is important.
Take your lumps or take the luck.
I'm just gonna take a luck.
All right. Don't mark that experience and don't level up and hit that luck down.
And
Hit
do
that
pass
luck
go.
button. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that luck button,
Hit that
gamers.
fucking bell.
Is this the third time you're using luck on an animal?
Yes.
It is
Great.
absolutely important for Hodge to not connect with people, but to connect with the things that can't talk back.
Exactly. Then they can't tell Hodge that they don't like them.
So, I mean, you already kind of described a bit of what you do, but like, how does this go? Like, you said that you take the rabbit from Yuli and you just start petting it. So, like, what? You tell me what happens.
At first, I think, like, it's still freaking out a little bit. I'm able to, like, grab it enough in one hand to, like, sort of get it stable. And then I just kind of, like, start petting it with my other hand, and then I sort of, like, get behind the ear, and it starts to calm down. It's not freaking out as much. Like, obviously, it's still a wild shock hair, but it is stopped freaking out at least.
Okay. I think, too, in this moment, when, like, things calm down and you look towards Agatha, you see that she had her gun at the ready, just, like, the entire time. And when she sees that it's calmed down, she starts to let the gun go down and is like, all right, well.
Hodge wants to sternly look at Agatha and go, that is not how we're going to solve this.
I'm just ready in case something bad happens.
I understand, but
She wouldn't have shot it unless it was going to, like, super hurt us,
Exactly. I'm not here to cause any unnecessary violence, but I have to be ready. Yeah. Listen, I've just been really frustrated with all
I
this.
understand.
She holsters the gun. Yeah, I mean, good job. I genuinely, I think that you did good here. I mean, I get, the thing is, because if I did that, that probably would have been worse anyway, right? Because then what else is around here that would have heard me take that shot? So,
Yeah. Do you guys want to hear my game theory or my theory on what this is? Because I have an idea of what it is.
shoot.
I'm not sure how it teleports, but I think this is the Shockhair's burrow.
Mm.
I think this is their home.
So there's definitely more in there.
That's what I saw tracks on my side leading into a hole.
Okay.
Now, how it teleports, I'm still not certain about. Wait. Maybe I am. I might have an idea, actually. What if the Shockhairs are able to generate enough power, enough electricity to make it move? Not quite, make it slowly move, but to quite literally teleport it.
I mean, who knows? Right? Like,
hey, that's you know what? That's just a theory.
really, I mean, Hodge, you might be right, but it's just one of those things where we won't know unless we see it.
But how can we see it when you're the one saying you've never seen it move? You're someone who's been after this. This isn't me trying to dog on you or anything. I'm just saying there has to be another way to figure this out.
What if we overloaded it? What if Hodge got enough power to maybe make it move?
Agatha does not look very confident about that idea. Like, she's like,
Hodge is also maybe not actually that one. Maybe not that one.
But I get it, right? Like, I mean,
understand, but I mean, I've only just learned about my absorption to absorb enough power from all the because I'm assuming not only the Shockhairs use this burrow as their home, I think it might be some sort of, for lack of a better word, charging station. Because this one isn't shocking, and this one
they have
was...
to go out and get the power. That's why she's not.
Oh, you're right.
So they drop it off somewhere. They deposit it, right?
They deposit it back in here.
Yuli looks at the hole. Is it big enough
to go into?
Yeah.
The rabbit hole.
No, it's like a rabbit hole. You could dig if you could shove your arm in there.
Well, hold on. Before we, because we don't know how many others are in there right now.
Right.
maybe we put this little guy in with the other animals that we have at CISRA and we group up. Maybe they found the others. Maybe they found...
Yeah.
When you suggest like bringing the animal back to the base and bringing it with the polydags, Agatha looks like, I don't want to be mean, but like I think visibly annoyed in a way, like because she was not thrilled about the whole thing with the polydags anyway, and she already has like a dislike for these shock hares, and now it's like, let's just bring this one into our base, and it's like, she's not saying no, but you could see it, like you could see how she feels about this.
Well, Agatha, okay, I understand how you feel about this. I don't think we grouped them up with the polydags.
Okay, but we're making friends with this now, like.
Well, okay, now.
Well, then you tell us what to do, Agatha.
Well,
aren't you the adult here? Aren't you the one who's supposed to be this big bad evil? Aren't you supposed to be like the one in charge?
I'm barely.
So you tell us what to do. Yeah, and I'm younger than him. So why don't you tell us what to do? If our ideas are so bad and you don't want to bring the hair, fine. We'll put the hair back in the hole and then we'll just go. But we're not going to figure out how this thing moves unless we bring the rabbit with us, and maybe Jesse can find out about something.
I think Agatha kind of like, I don't know, like gets a little quiet from that and is like, yeah, right. You're right.
It's the parent move of like, fine, do whatever you want.
No, it's not even like a reluctance. I think that like you kind of maybe actually made like Agatha a bit of like sad there, and she's just kind of like, yeah, you're right.
Cut to Seth and Jesse, and they're just chilling in the car while Jesse's quietly reading, and Seth's just drumming all to the steering wheel.
Just went to get Starbucks or something.
Agatha is just like, yeah, I guess when it's a bit hypocritical of me to, when you, it's hypocritical of me to say that I'm one who, I don't know, I took a risk earlier, right, with having you throw fire at Hodge, and now I'm going against my own being by not taking a risk here with this. So, you know what, Yuli, you're right. And like, I mean that, like, you're right. So let's, if you can contain these animals.
We're going to take precautions. We're going to take precautions, at least for the shock air. We're going to find another, it doesn't need much space, maybe a broom closet, something without outlets.
All right.
And just kind of monitor it.
Okay, we can do that.
All right. Let's go back to the headquarters and wait for the others.
Okay. Seth and Jesse, so I mean, we could pick up literally from where the last moment was left off, where Jesse's third eye was used without really sort of their want, but it did give them some insight that there is now a magical presence at the ramshackled house that they inspected earlier. So what would you like to do?
I guess I just put the phone down with whoever's on the line without saying a word to them and just look at Seth.
You okay there? Your eyes kind of rolled back.
I had a vision of some sort. I think there's something at the house,
our house?
The abandoned house.
Oh, okay. Do you want to go there?
Should we get the others, or what if it's gone by the time?
Fair. All right. I guess then we go. Is it like an evil thing or like a good thing?
Something magic. I don't know more.
I don't think you'd be able to tell if it was good or evil. Like you would only know like it's just magic.
It's a matter of perspective. Got it.
So you're gonna go to the house?
Mm-hmm. They do make a fair point that it might be gone by the time. If it left once, then we should probably strike while the iron's hot.
True. That's fair.
Big if true.
Big if true. Okay. So you drive up to the abandoned house. I think like you're being at least somewhat smart about this and not like going like right up to like the driveway or whatever the equivalent that would be for this kind of place. Like you're keeping your distance with the vehicle and then like doing your best to sneak towards it. When you did see it through your third eye, it was just sort of like, it seemed as if it was coming from inside the house. And when you do look at the house, it kind of looks a bit unchanged. Like there's not really like any lights on, like, and it's darker now at this point in time. The sun is definitely starting to set. There's not a lot that looks very different when you look at the house again compared to when you were there earlier. So,
is there some sort of like a vibe check I can do to try and figure out if Sarah's still there?
Isn't there like a read a bad situation?
Yes, I was about to suggest that, and your third eye is linked to that
so I could just try and use it again.
You could attempt that.
I shall.
Is it plus weird or plus sharp?
Yeah, I'm trying to see what.
If it's third eye, then it'll be plus weird, right?
Third eye is your move, so let me check that. It says when you read a bad situation, you can open your third eye for a moment to take in extra information. So it would just be with whatever the read a bad situation stat is, which is sharp.
Sharp, okay. That's a 10.
A 10. I think with read a bad situation, you get +3. And you can hold these. So like you don't have to burn them all at once while you're outside.
I hold them in my pocket.
Oh, interesting. Well, you only need to put 2 in your pocket because you're about to use one of them right now to open up your third eye. We'll say like you're using one of your holds to like get the same sort of scan. Yeah. It's similar to what you saw before. The magic seems to be inside the house. And the way I'm imagining it is that the magic that's like emanating off of whatever this is like bleeding out of like the windows and just rising upward in like this sort of vision of the house that you see through your third eye. It's all just sort of emanating out of like the windows, any kind of like opening and whatever hole is in this ramshackle house. And it's all just sort of emanating upward. But you can tell that it's still in the house.
Okay. I guess I'll try and see if I could like see through a window or like if it's like a wooden house, like if there's a gap in between like the
slats.
Yeah, just try and see anything.
This would, I would think, be what's my best way in a way. If you're trying to use like a read a bad situation to use that as a means to navigate this situation, right? With your third eye still open and with you using the what's my best way in, when you try to like peer through and get maybe like a better idea as to where this magic is coming from, you see the opening that led to the basement floor that you found those like bits of evidence from the shock hair. And you see like that is where like all of that magic is sort of pouring out of in like the vision of your third eye.
I guess we should just go in.
Okay. Seth brings his axe.
And my axe.
You have an axe?
I did. You gave it to me last time. It's the same axe that the robbers used. Yeah,
that's true.
I replaced my fighting sticks, which I wasn't really using, and so.
Okay. Are you just gonna go straight to the basement, like just sneaking your way down?
Yeah, I guess, and just like prepare to defend myself.
I will also prepare to get my axe ready.
Okay. Who is leading this sneakery?
I suppose I would.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll act under pressure, but you get a +1 from your read a bad situation.
Okay.
And then if you mess up in any way, then Seth has the opportunity to help out.
This was act under pressure, which is...
That is your cool.
Cool.
How cool is Jesse?
Pretty cool. That's a 12.
A 12?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Solidly cool.
So cool.
That's so
Your mom
cool.
brought you McDonald's at lunch. That's how cool you are.
I'm so cool.
Incredibly cool. Okay. This is going to be a bit tough to ask you to explain how you do this because you don't really know what you're going in on yet. But I can easily say like very successfully, like you tiptoe your way down to this basement floor. And you're also making sure that Seth is keeping himself in line and in check as well with all of this and making sure that he's not making noise on the way down. And as you're making your way down, I feel like your third eye almost has to close up at this point, both in terms of time, but because now you're like, if you were to look
like you would
through
blind
it,
me.
exactly, like you would just have all of this magic emanating in your face. So like now you're just relying on your actual eyes in this moment, which is, you've gotten what you needed from the third eye, so that's good. But you are successfully sneaking your way down, and on your way down, like you hear a lot of rummaging. You hear just like these pretty like unnatural sounding like clicks and skitters emanating from the basement. Like you just hear these like really gnarly sounds.
Not the skitter clicks.
Not the skitter clicks.
It's pretty gnarly.
That's tubular and gross.
Totally tubular.
What do you do?
Just trying to get a peek, see what it is.
Trying to get a peek?
Just trying to get a peek, a little peek.
If you think this is fair, I think this could also be one more of your questions here.
Sure. Yeah.
This will be, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Yeah, that works.
You peek into the basement, and you can see by the table that had all those little bits of evidence. You see like wings, like really like thin wings sticking out of the back of this like humanoid type creature, person, thing. You're not entirely sure. It's pretty dark down here, but it's you see like something, and next to that, like next to the table and whatever this creature is, are two shock hairs that are just on the ground, just waiting obediently, while there is a third one on the table that is kind of being, for lack of a better term, operated on.
Yeah.
Do we have a moment to like whisper while over the clicking? Or I guess I should say under the clicking?
You can have a brief, yes.
A brief?
You can have a
brief moment.
Brief.
More of a boxer guy.
Well, I'm sponsored by MeUndies. Hey guys, this episode of Table Vibes is sponsored by MeUndies. Just wanted to get the ad readout right here.
We're all having fun here. But, we gotta put.
We're all wearing MeUndies here.
Yeah. There's some crazy designs. Go to the website, use my code, and help me out. So,
hey, you guys want to know the really funny thing?
What's that?
I'm actually wearing MeUndies.
Me too.
Right now. Hey.
I've got so many pairs. I'm being fucking for real here.
They're good undies. Anyways, continue.
Yeah. What is the move here?
This episode is sponsored.
Seth and his Fruit of the Loom boxers are going to
wet themselves.
No, he's going to converse with Jesse. I guess. So do we take the thing first, and then just do you want to blast them, and then we take the thing?
I could try to trap it.
Ooh, that could work. And then we go for the hairs. And when the hairs are down, then we go for the thing.
Yeah, we should try and capture it if we can.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use magic to try and trap a specific person, minion, or monster.
Okay. Give me that use magic.
It's a plus weird.
I think is a 2 for you.
It is. Ooh. I'm gonna use luck.
Oh, that was not bad. Snake eyes?
No, not quite. I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Oof.
Yikes.
But I'm gonna use luck.
Okay, how does this trap magic look on this creature?
I think since it's kind of like a worn down house, maybe there's like roots that I can try and pull, and then try and like wrap the roots around their legs.
Okay.
Ooh.
And pull them like down towards the ground.
Okay. So you do that. You hold your hand out and like summon these like, would they be real roots or just like spectral kind of roots, like just for like the theme of it?
Yeah, that works too.
Okay. Yeah, you hold your hand out and these roots, they launch out of the ground, surprising this creature that is standing by the table. One of them like wraps and weaves around its legs, and another one sort of wraps over like its shoulder and its body to help to like pin it. And then like the roots that have tied around like its upper body move it so that it slams it on its like face towards the ground to help like hold it onto the floor. And when that happens, the two shock hairs that were on the ground, they just immediately just start running. Like they're not charged. And the one that's on the table, that one actually does have like a lot more metal pieces in it compared to the other two. That one does have a bit of a charge to it, and you see the electricity crackling on it before it starts to move. I'll give Seth an opportunity to do something here if, but like that is what you're working with.
Can I throw my axe at it on the table, the one on the table, since it's stationary?
You can certainly try.
Okay, what would that be? Act under pressure or a kick some ass?
This would be a kick some ass, a very, very funny, silly kick some ass.
Where is that? I kick some ass. And what is it, tough? Okay, so I have +1 to that.
Mm-hmm.
The +1 doesn't help. That is a failure.
Ooh. Everyone else used luck this episode.
Yeah, I'm going to use luck.
Ooh,
Yep, there it is.
wowzers.
We've all used one.
Mm-hmm.
How amazing.
Or almost all of us, I think.
Bingo.
Okay, I think then I describe this as like a wood axe, so it's like a two-handed axe, and I think like you literally like over
I assume
your
like
head,
firemen.
yeah, just like throw it like, and we watch it like spin through the air, and it like chops onto this shock hair that's on the table, and even like digs into the table that it was like sitting in, on the part that it was like laying on. I would honestly say that is enough to like kill it. This thing was like, being operated on. It was vulnerable. With a complete success, what is your extra effect to the kick some ass?
I want to
only
give it an advantage.
Oh, you want to give a +1 to Jesse?
Yes.
Or wait, can you give that to yourself as well for your next
I can,
one?
yes. But
Okay.
I will give it to Jesse since she will be the next one.
Okay. So the other two shock hairs are kind of still skittering and trying to...
Are they attacking us or like running away?
They're running away right now.
Okay.
So they're just trying to get past you. Jesse, you're still holding your hand out, trying to keep this creature trapped. Are you getting closer to it? Like, what is the game plan here?
Since the rabbits aren't like actively attacking us, I'm just trying to like move inwards and try and like get a different angle to see what I have trapped exactly.
Okay. I'm going to post a photo of this thing in the table 1 chat here that we've got.
Uh-oh.
I apologize in advance, but it looks a lot like this.
Oh.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's a rather awkward and kind of bug-like looking creature, which makes some sense when you saw its arms. Very similar looking to like a praying mantis, and when its fingers were in a resting position, kind of looked like scythes. It has these long legs that are constantly always bunched up, but it looks like if this creature were to kick off, would spring up into the air with its red and green, thin-skinned, spindly body. It's got these thin, kind of gross, fleshy, veiny wings, and just a really tall scalp with teeth that protrude slightly. I can't even begin to think about how I would make a sound that would sound like the things that like this thing could do. But it's gnarly.
What am I thinking about like the clickers from like...
Yeah, I'm imagining
Yes.
kind of like chittering, like a...
Yes,
But
that just sounds like a fan spinning.
very scary. It's so scary you might even wet yourself. But it's so
I already have,
nasty.
baby.
Okay.
In your MeUndies?
Oh, well.
In your MeUndies? Wait, we can't.
In my
wait, see,
MeUndies?
here's another.
No, wait, no, they're super absorbent.
Yeah. Well, then here's the thing. In the ad read, the thing is, when you wear MeUndies, you never wet yourself. It's just science.
This whole encounter has still been the ad read.
Everything is. I'm dry, dude. I'd never wet myself in MeUndies.
If I try to wet myself in MeUndies, it just bounces back in.
Fucking heinous.
All right. So yeah, it is doing its best to try and like escape from the restraints, but it is having no luck as of right now.
So if the shock hairs aren't attacking us, then I don't know if we're going to get a lot of information out of this thing verbally. But if you want to do that mind reading again, we can try it. Otherwise, I say we gut this thing because I'm having a hard time looking at it alive.
I mean, I do have a magic effect that's communicate with something that you do not share a language with.
Yes.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking because we've done this before with the Bowie.
I wonder like how much magic can you stack?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what the is there concentration?
Kind of like hit it over the head with an axe with the blunt side.
the flat of it.
Yeah.
You can try.
Okay. Would that be act under pressure or kick some ass?
Let's do kick some ass, just because like it is like a tough. It is currently trapped, but you know you never. We'll see what happens.
Hey, mixed success.
Mixed success. Okay. So you can deal damage. So you try to take like the flat side, like the more dull, like just the not so sharp side of the axe, and try to whack this thing in the head to try and knock it out. I think like you do get like a pretty solid hit, but it's not enough to like knock it out. The chittering and the trill sort of sound that it's been making, it just gets louder, like it starts screeching at you. And you got just close enough to it though to get within the range of its like nasty ass fucking claw hand.
Okay.
And you're gonna take 2 harm.
Oof.
It's gonna give you a really gnarly cut on like your leg.
Can I attempt to follow it up with a punch as well to try and knock it out?
You can try.
Yeah, because I got the +1 going forward.
That's true.
So
let's do a kick some ass.
That's tough since I'm not using magic.
Yeah, you're just punching this thing in the head.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
11.
11. What is your bonus effect? Now, you've already got this thing trapped, so I guess keep that in mind.
I guess the bonus effect would be to knock it out.
You want to get it where you want it. Okay. I think that's fair. You got the 11. I don't want to rob you of that. So yeah, you can try to punch this thing right in the head. I think you get it in like its weird long brain. Like you just sort of just nail, and it's like, yeah, it leaves like a residue on your hand when you do it.
Yeah, I can imagine there's sap or something worse than sap on your hand.
And I think that because you have them trapped and because like you're doing a follow-up to what Seth did, I don't think I'm going to make you take harm from this. I think like this thing was distracted on Seth because of what he did. So like you took that opportunity and you have this thing trapped. So it's like you kind of have a double it on it. So you just try to punch it in the head and like it does deal. I feel like you still do some harm to it, but then like you do knock it out and it just goes limp.
Okay.
Perfect.
Can I what's like a round?
In the basement currently, Jesse would be able to tell now. There's more of those metal pieces that were found originally that made like the suggestion that the shock hairs were sort of being like involved in this little area. There's really not much else. Like it just seems like
a table and just
there's a table and just some general shit in like an unfinished basement. Like there's really no other like substantial objects.
Any like chains, rope?
There's probably some rope.
Okay. I will tie this thing up. I'm assuming, Jesse, if you want to get your magic ready, I will tie this thing up.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I need to make you roll for that because it's knocked out. But when you do tie it up, it is like, I think like you're a bit surprised because now you understand like how tall this thing is too. It is like not double your height, but like a half your height taller than you, right? But it's got the like weird backwards bendy legs. So like when you saw it standing originally, it was just like maintaining its height in the basement here. But you can tie it up though.
Okay.
What do you do next?
Should we try to carry it back to the base? The base not super far.
Do you want to carry this thing in the car? I was hoping maybe we just like, like you read it now and then we and then we get the hell out of here. This thing's disgusting.
What do you mean read it? I can communicate with things that don't share my language, but they have to be willing to communicate with me.
Oh, okay.
It's a conversation, not a forceful thing.
Oh, all right. Well, that's great. Do we have a trunk?
Magic asks consent in this world.
Yeah.
Did you ask if you have a trunk?
Yeah.
In your vehicle?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
No, you know, it's it's basically, it's not even a car. It's just a tandem bike.
It's just the front seats.
No, I was wondering, is it like a separate trunk or is it like a sedan where the back is clear? Because I don't want this thing scratching my neck.
But the owners had a dog, so there's a,
Yes, you can put it in the trunk if you like.
Yeah,
okay.
Let's put it in the trunk.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I dragged this thing up the stairs.
All right. You snatch up this here little fella.
He's just a little guy.
He's
It's
just
his
a little
birthday.
guy.
Come on.
He's just a little guy. Okay. Yeah, no, you do it. There's nothing in the way. Maybe like as you make your way back out of the building, you see the two shock hares that ran away that were maybe like lingering a bit. And when you fully came out of the house, they scattered just like away into like the woods nearby.
I can't wait to meet up back at the base, and the Hodge is gonna pull up like, look what I got, and show us the hair, and we're gonna be like, look what we got.
Yeah, we are not.
Oh boy, more friends.
Yeah, we are
Agatha's
not
gonna be
this.
thrilled.
Yeah, we are not keeping this one. I don't know if we should keep this one.
We could have y'all just shove this thing in the trunk and head back to the CISRA base. I don't really know what the timing would be, because like with the last scene that happened with Yuli and Hodge, you know, that was them also sort of packing up and getting ready to head back, and this scene was kind of happening simultaneously, right? So I mean, we could say, how do you guys want the? Do you want to be like, we pulled up at the same time and it just was like one of those like, oh hey.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a coincidence. Hey, you guys are here too?
It's just a stroke of luck. Like you all end up on the same road at the same time and pull into the CISRA headquarters at the same time, pulling into the back so that things are more discreet. It's definitely a lot darker now the sun has fully set. And, you know, I think for a bit of sad flavor for Hodge and Yuli, I think Agatha was quiet the entire drive back. Just like,
yeah, I was thinking there was no talking in the car on the way back. Yuli was
just like dead
Yuli's
stare
like
forward, you know, just sort of doing the drive.
Also, the shock hair has been in Hodge's lap, and they've just been sort of like just scratching, like just sort of like petting them and scratching them behind the ear. And I like to think that maybe it fell asleep in Hodge's arms.
Okay. And you all pull into the back of the CISRA headquarters, and Agatha just silently gets out and goes to Jesse and Seth's vehicle as you both step out, and is just like, did you find her or Corbin? Like, what was any success there?
That's
no success on them.
That's a good question. I wish I had a better answer for you.
We found something else.
Great. Why? What?
We found something that I think we both can agree on might not be the best to keep. Get your gun and maybe some chains.
She grabs her revolver and has it at the ready.
Okay.
I'm gonna open the trunk and actually, can Seth open the trunk and I can be ready to kind of try and trap it with magic again in case it's broken free?
And I know Hodge is... Oh, hey, Hodge. Nice rabbit. Can we have Yuli here as well?
Yeah, sure. She'll ready up.
Okay.
You guys really seem tensely silent. Is everything okay? Never mind. We'll move on. But, we'll deal with that later.
Mom didn't let us get McDonald's. She said we have McDonald's at the house.
Yeah, well, I have quite a chicken nugget for you.
I was going to say, you're about to see McDonald's at the house.
I opened the trunk.
I'm going to have you act under pressure, Seth.
Cool. Mixed success.
Mixed success. You know what's fun about a mixed success?
No.
You get to do whatever you fucking
The last
want.
time I had a mixed success, it turned into a hodag battle.
Well, the funny thing I love about a mixed success with specifically act under pressure is the one where they go, the keeper is going to give you either a hard choice, price to pay, or a worse outcome.
Uh-oh.
So, Seth, you go to open up the trunk of the vehicle to reveal this thing that you found. And I know, similar to what had happened to Hodge in the last session, where when they were trying to manage the polydag that was in the trunk, the moment that the ability that this trunk has to open, it flings open as this creature jumps out, and you can see that it very easily ripped the ropes apart. The trunk opens so violently that like it flings into the back window of the car, like just damaging the hell out of this vehicle. And because people were at the ready, I will give you an opportunity to try something here.
I guess I will attempt to trap it with magic again.
Okay. Do a weird roll.
That's a 9.
A 9.
Can Hodge roll to help out by like trying to keep it steady? Like try to essentially just like give it a bear hug to try to keep it still?
You're holding the rabbit.
That is true. You're holding the rabbit.
Oh, that's right. Oh no.
I was also going to
Mr.
say
Fluffles.
last time. Oh, nice. You've named it.
Oh no.
Last time you tried to help out in a situation of trying to trap a big monster, you got trapped with it too. So, but that also was like a big like this is gonna suck moment, which I thought was really
yeah.
fun. But so with,
Could you move the car to run it over?
Well, here's the thing.
Or to like bump it?
The help out has to like narratively make sense to this, right? And so like,
right.
if you can come up with a narrative reason, then we can run with it. But if you can't,
well,
then, you know.
With I feel like with Seth saying like, you know, like, hey, you might want to get your gun out. I feel like Hodge would put the shock hair in the car to like just like on the passenger seat, very slowly put it down. It's still asleep.
Turn on his favorite music and the AC.
Exactly, AC's on. Hodge puts on their mixtape.
Which song? I would like a song that would define this moment right now.
Well, it's got to be Mr. Blue Sky.
Mr. Blue Sky.
So yeah, I'm just like how I'm imagining this scene. It's like exactly in the Guardians 2 intro. Like it goes normal speed, then stops. So it's like Hodge grabbing whatever this is, giving it a big bear hug, and then like time slows down for Korea to get it. But yeah, Hodge is bear hugging this thing.
Or you're gonna
try to.
You see it all from the perspective of the rabbit, so it's us just fighting this giant thing in the background.
It's just like breathing in the car, and like something slams to the side of the car, and it's just like vibing in there.
Yeah.
Just things fly around in the background.
Okay, what does this trap magic look like? It's been brought up to a complete success.
Well,
wait, that's right. You gotta roll. You gotta roll help out.
Yeah, I gotta roll.
I totally forgot that. Like that's a mechanic. Go ahead and roll your help out.
Help out.
Yes. Oh, this makes me so happy.
I gotta mark the experience.
Yeah,
hey, I can level up.
Yay!
Please choose a move called Mulligan, which you can do again. So let's go. Allows you to redo the move.
Let's figure out one thing as well. Jesse, your spell is still at a mixed success, which means you get a glitch. You have to pick the glitch, but then I'll tell you what happens with the glitch.
Okay. If I go with a problematic side effect, is it gonna fucking drive Hodge again?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose that.
Okay. Now, what does this magic look like? This trap magic. Is it similar to earlier, or is this a bit like what are you thinking?
Does the trunk turn into a mimic, and so it holds it with?
Oh yeah, it fucking eats him.
Truck vor.
Maybe I just push it backwards with magic, so it like kind of stumbles into the trunk.
Oh my god. Okay. You're going to push the creature that Hodge is bear hugging towards the trunk to try to close the trunk on it again and use magic to keep the trunk closed.
Yeah.
You are a vile human being. So, Hodge, you go to grab this creature that like sprung out of the trunk alarmingly and just like in an abrupt and just terrible way, making all these gnarly sounds. And when you wrap your arms around it, you feel a force magic that you have come to feel like very familiar with because you've been hit with a couple of times now. And you feel it pushing you towards the trunk that this thing came out of with it in your arms. And you are both launched back into this trunk that this thing came out of, and it's cramped in there. But then the trunk itself slams closed, and it's not perfect because the car did get damaged quite a bit from when this thing bursted out. But you can use magic to hold it in, and the thing is, the thing is, that is just the glitch. The hard move here is like, I think this is like a horror movie moment for Hodge. Like there's just enough light. Like I don't even know. Like God. You can just see this thing's like like the teeth that are like pointing outward
the
from its face
of this fucking thing.
It's like screaming in your face, and like you see, like it's like spitting on like your crystal face, and it's like doing its best to like slash and cut at you and bite you, and like it. I think that you are kind of surprised by like, I mean, like you're taking, it's like taking 2 different swipes at you, so that's that would be 2 separate bits of 2 harm, which means
but
you only get 1 harm from each. So it's 2 across the board, I'd say.
Yes. I have a question.
Yes.
I don't know if it would help me out, but it might. Like, Jesse used the force magic.
Mm-hmm.
Did I absorb any of that?
Yes.
So would you say, I think it would be kind of neat if the only thing giving off light would be it would probably be my chest again, I'd imagine.
Right, if they like hit you in the back with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a lot of light, but it's, it's this magic sort of being contained in my chest.
Here's what I will say then happens. You take the 2 swipes, and then like it's trying to like do some damage to you. And then I think because of the close proximity that you have with this creature, it pressing up against your chest a bunch, the magic expels like in your chest, like it activates, and like there is a force that is like emitted from you towards this thing, and it's just causing the car to like rock and jump and move like violently, like it like is like bouncing off of its tires, and like it is getting fucking like mad. It's crazy. Also,
Shane, if you fucking kill my rabbit, I will never forgive you.
I have to retcon something you're not gonna love.
The car explodes for no reason.
There's a thing about this creature that I've just noticed that says, ignore armor to a base, and its base was the claws. Right. So you took 4 harm. Total.
So I have 4 harm left before I die. I'm starting to die.
So yeah, there's that.
Okay.
And Jesse has locked this fucker in the trunk with you using their magic.
Okay, but you said, hey, I'm in close proximity, right?
You are in close proximity.
I'm just gonna take their new gun and just like sort of try to get the barrel under the like chin of this fucking thing and just let it loose.
Let it loose. All right, go ahead and give me a kick some ass then, Hodge.
10.
Ooh, what's your bonus effect?
I think it's inflict terrible harm, so 4 harm going towards this thing.
4 harm on this thing. That's pretty insanity, if I do say so myself.
I do declare.
Let me look at some notes. How can I make this not work for you? No, I can't do that.
You'll find a way.
Your 4 harm does go through. I'm just trying to also... Well, okay.
Or actually, I'm sorry. Can I retcon the harm, the extra harm?
How do you mean?
And can I say I force them where I want them to, where I sort of get the upper hand on them in this scuffle? Like maybe I
get on top, baby.
Yeah, I become the Hodge tops. But no, yeah, like Hodge kind of like is on top of them, and that's how they get the advantage to get a shot at this thing.
Sure. Let me grab some stuff in the real world real fast.
Oh, I haven't heard of that in 20 years.
Crazy. Okay, so you're on top of this thing, and you blast it with your humongous handgun.
So then I started blasting.
I blasted this fucker.
Yeah. We're in the trunk, right?
Yes. That is exclusively where you've been.
Is there a tire jack in here?
If there was, it would be very hard to see, and it'd be harder to see now that the magic has expelled from your chest. So the answer is maybe.
Maybe.
I'd ask if anyone on the outside is doing anything, but I'm not sure if you can. If anyone has something that they would like to try, then I'm all ears, but if not, then I can also kind of take the next move here.
She's like flabbergasted that
just what the fuck is
what
going
have I
on?
done? And they're like, Hodge, are you okay? What do we do?
I mean,
we can't even like, roll protect someone. I don't know. What do you want me to?
Like,
what?
You could blast him with fire.
I don't want to hurt Hodge too bad.
It doesn't hurt him.
Yeah, but to a certain point. What, you want me to set the car on fire? I don't.
Who cares?
Fuck this car.
I'll take that as a yes from Hodge. So.
Just more and more.
I don't know if I want to set the. I mean, I'll like. Can I warm up the trunk? Should I blast the trunk? I don't want to explode the car.
If you don't want to do anything, you don't have to.
No, I'm trying to think of something else to help though, and I can't protect him from here.
Hodge is like actually screaming though, like get the animal! Get the animal!
Jesse, can you like magically unlock the trunk?
I mean, I can.
Maybe we.
I'm gonna take a move here.
Oh! All right, the telltale timer
Yeah.
has gone down to 0.
I'm gonna roll dice in the real world, so you guys can.
You
see.
don't roll dice.
I know, but I'm gonna.
Well, bad DM.
I'm done with this game.
Problematic.
No, I think this will be interesting. Hodge, this creature puts their gross little hands, well, not so little, very long hands, on both sides of your head. And you feel very, very compelled to stop struggling.
Whoa! I mean, Hodge is gonna fight against this.
Interesting if true.
Big if true.
Well, if they're trying to manipulate him, remember they have -1 on.
That is true.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that is right. Okay, I will also give. How do we want to solve this?
We get to do exactly what we want.
You step aside for 1 fucking second and let us do what we want.
You leave this call and we take over the game.
Let's see. I'm trying to think on if I should just try to convince you, like through the roll, or if I should make you roll, but you get like an additional +1 because of the fact that they would get a -1. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
If they're trying to manipulate you, do you think that you would use your cool or your sharp to counter, or not counter, to try and prevent yourself from being so compelled?
I would actually argue it would be cool because like Hodge is trying to keep their cool and trying to not get this thing in their noggin.
Okay, I will accept that. So go ahead and give me a cool roll.
Does he get a +1 because he had the Christianity in him earlier and power
Yeah,
of the
because I have the
God?
power of God and anime on my side.
Oh man,
Jesus is a cool dude.
Jesus is a cool dude.
True.
Big if true.
I will say that with mixed success that you've got, this is a weird offer, but I don't know if you'll take it, but it's there. If you do sort of like let it compel you, you can assume that you'll probably be safe, but that means that like the struggle will stop, and so you don't know really like what will happen after that, right? And let me sweeten the deal here. You'll gain an extra experience point if you let them manipulate you.
I do have a question.
Sure.
When this thing is touching me, like, is it doing it violently?
They're just sort of grabbing the side of your head, looking straight in your eyes with its disgusting yellow pupils. And then you just feel like a compulsion when that happens.
Then I'll let them. I'll let it.
You're going to let them compel you.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to say for the rest of this encounter, you are essentially docile. Like you have stopped struggling. And all of you on the outside, the car has just stopped. Like it's stopped moving. You don't hear screams anymore. You don't hear the trills. You don't hear the screeching. It's completely just stopped. What do you do?
Hodge?
We need to open the trunk.
We should kill it.
So do you release the magical hold on the trunk?
Yeah, just get in positions.
Okay. You release the magical hold. And I would say too, like this trunk is not locked back down, right? It took a pretty chunky hit, like when this thing jumped out initially, but it's not automatically swinging open again. So it's just kind of there.
Can I detach an arm and try to open the trunk?
You're going to try and like open from a distance, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Go ahead and roll act under pressure.
Oh, act under pressure.
I love what Caitlin went, I have to roll? Oh.
I don't want to do that.
It doesn't say you have to roll. But
really?
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about rolling.
No, but you're doing something.
Yeah, you're doing things.
Okay, all right, okay.
You don't need to act under pressure for the arm to come off. It
yeah,
just comes,
the acting
off.
under pressure is the fact that like it's the situation, not the.
It doesn't matter. They
fuck you.
All right.
I was gonna say Hodge is being very docile now, and he's on the keeper's side.
What you get from this is the trunk opens, and because Hodge is still technically on top of this creature, it does not immediately get the chance to jump out, giving someone else the opportunity to do something here.
I'm just gonna blast him.
Just gonna blast him.
Just gonna blast him.
All right, give me that attack magic. What's up? What's up?
Am I experiencing anything?
I think that's a good question. Like, where is Hodge right now? Like mentally, in a way, right? I think,
yeah.
I think like
that's so
the field of rabbits.
I mean,
Hodge is at the San Diego Zoo.
What do you think is the most interesting here? They've compelled you to sort of stop struggling.
Hodge is hearing Space Odyssey, and he's just sort of floating.
We could spin this as you are just in another place. Like, you do imagine that you were in like a field of polydags and rabbits, or like you view this creature as like a friend, or like you are just blank. Like, how do you want this to be?
I think Hodge is there the day Agatha rescued them. Sort of that relief and, sort of unknowing what's going to happen, but they decide to just go along.
Okay.
And it's there you remember it was Agatha all along who was evil.
Agatha all along.
The big evil. That's why she had a reaction.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you've solved my riddle. So, you're going to blast it.
Yeah.
Give me that attack magic. Is this a force blast or is it a necromantic blast? What are we thinking?
Ooh, just a force one. I don't have any damage. So, I rolled an 8.
An 8. Okay. You and the attacker will deal damage to each other. So, how I imagine this goes. So this thing was not able to like spring out similarly to what it did earlier. And your blast magic, if I remember, is like close quarters, right? Like you have to, it's the Rasengan thing. This creature basically tosses Hodge off them, and like Hodge falls to the ground right next to the vehicle. And when this thing tries to step out and do anything, Jesse, you run up to it and you press the compression of force and magic that you ball up in your hand. You press that up against them to have that kind of explode on them, which also does throw the car forward from where you're at just a little bit.
That poor car.
Yeah, no, it's getting fucked up. You deal 3 harm to this thing, and it's I wouldn't say it's looking bloody, but I mean, you guys are doing some pretty, you see like the wound that like Hodge left on it with the gun. You blast this thing with your magic, but then this thing, it also has like a magical force type magic, but it's like similar but different. It doesn't like explode like the way yours does. And the thing is, it only does 1 harm. So if I remember correctly too, your magical clothing kind of just absorbs that.
It does.
But you do feel that this thing has magical capabilities. This maybe even like suggests why this thing was emanating so much, right? It is like a magical creature. It has magic abilities in it that it can do. It's a bit of distance away from you now after that blast, but it like you guys have been really damaging this thing. And it's going to attempt to fly away, just using its little wings.
I'm going to chop its back with my axe.
You're going to chop its back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll see how that goes.
Okay, let's see here. Now, I could try +1 harm, but I'd rather use fire, my furnace, to do +1 to kick some ass. So whatever I roll, add +1.
Okay. We will do that with what we see.
And I will do it manually, so whatever this is. Oh, that's a 5. Shit.
Wow.
Oof.
I didn't think you could fail that badly. Hard move. It's going to leap in the air and start flying, and you're going to try and chop it and it just grabs the axe mid-swing, like out of your hand, and snaps it in half. Like not even like over its leg, just like raw strength from its grip, just like breaks the axe in half.
My axe.
And my axe.
At least it wasn't my bow.
At least it wasn't your bow. Yuli, is there anything that you would like to attempt here?
I would love to attack and aim for a weak spot with my precise strike, please.
Okay. You got to do your normal kick some ass, and then we can utilize the precise strike to see how much extra harm you do.
I see. Okay. Well, good luck. 10.
Nice. Okay. Well, first and foremost, why don't you pick your extra effect for kick some ass?
Ooh. I think I want to inflict as much harm as possible, so I'll inflict terrible harm.
Okay. And now let's add the precise strike as well. So just roll plus tough, and then we will use what it allows. Jesus Christ.
Fuck yeah.
That's 2 10s in a row.
On a 10 plus, I inflict 2 more harm, so 4 harm.
You do 4 harm total from a distance. So you watch as it snaps the axe clean in half from Seth. As this thing is flying away, how do you want to do this?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Okay. So the arm is slowly coming back to her, but she doesn't reattach it. And what she does is we're still on baseball this episode. I'll pick a different sport next time. She's going to make a fireball and toss it up. And as it's coming down, use her own arm and go up and hit it as hard as possible.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you do that. And I think like for some reason, like this creature, no, you know what, it doesn't even look back, like it's just trying to fly away. You not only burn through its wings, but you burn from the back of its neck, and like it cuts clean through, and like its head falls off, and you watch as the body then goes limp and just falls to the ground. You have slain this thing.
You've solved my bug puzzle.
Yeah, you sure did.
I go check on Hodge.
Yeah.
I think Jesse also wants to.
I think for the time being, Hodge is just
Spaced out. But we can tell he's alive. Like, I guess the smoke is still swirling.
The smoke is still swirling. You can also definitely see like the scratches and the chip marks, you know, the damage that has been done to Hodge's
Could
body.
I try to heal him a little bit?
You can try, yeah.
Just in case.
Agatha is definitely like close by as well, like just very worried.
Could we get some music?
Yeah, I was
Whether
just
it be
thinking.
in the car music or his own headphones? Or like, what is it, Walkman?
Sure. Just for the flavor of it, who's the one sort of putting the headphones onto Hodge?
I'll do it, since Jesse's preparing her magic.
Okay. That's totally fair. Yeah, so if Jesse, if you also want to cast some magic to try and heal Hodge,
Yes.
go for it. Oh no. +2?
6.
Whoa.
I'm gonna do. Could have been worse, and I'm gonna just let it fizzle out.
Okay. So you're kind of dodging a bullet here.
Yeah, we don't need anything negative
Okay.
right now.
I think you still take your experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, you also gain no magical effect here, but okay. Is there anything else anyone wants to try out here?
I would like to just check on the rabbit real fast. Is it still there?
Sleeping
Still
soundly.
sleepy?
I was gonna say it's
God.
horrified by what it just witnessed. It woke up to see the thing and slice off.
No, I think like I like the idea of like the rabbit is sleeping soundly, and like if we were looking at the camera towards the rabbit and we see in the background Hodge just on the ground not moving.
Oh
And-
my god.
Can she carefully pick up the rabbit? I think like having the rabbit in Hodge's lap maybe like will help. I don't know, like
The power of friendship will
power,
wake up
the
Hodge.
power of love and friendship and rabbits.
Listen, I'm not gonna go for it. Like I think that this
Okay.
is honestly a thought that Yuli would have.
Yeah. I think, and then she would like move Hodge's arm to like pet the rabbit. Like, come on, wake up. Come
That
on,
is the
Hodge.
power of love.
God.